Critic.
The Critic.
Yes, I did work on that. I worked
With
on
John
every episode of The Critic.
Every single episode of The Critic, Simpsons writers.
Well, what happened was, these were two of the guys, Al Jean and Mike Reese, who had been on The Lampoon with me, and they were on The Simpsons from day one, back in the days when they would say, okay, this is now season 3 or season 4, this show can't last, so let's go do our own shows. And so they created the show called The Critic with John Lovitz, and we did a season for ABC, and then we did a season for Fox, but you know, it was the expectations of The Simpsons it just didn't live up to in terms of ratings, and so it kind of sent us all into the wilderness. And I went to work for the Muppets. I went to work for a show called Muppets Tonight.
Got an Emmy for that one.
I did get an Emmy for that one. Thank you for doing all this research.
I'm hoping that you're gonna. I'm hoping that's coming out next. And doink.
I don't have the Emmy on. In fact, I don't have any of this.
I would wear the Emmy like a fucking rapper's necklace. So
there are people who do. Which
they're my kind of people.
Yeah. Well, let's segue into Disenchantment.
Yes,
you are a writer and producer of Disenchantment, which just got renewed for a second, third, fourth season, I've been told. Woo, look at that. That is so cool. What a cool Letterman's jacket.
This is my holiday gift this year from Matt Groening, who
very cool.
Who can afford it.
And, Bill Oakley said the same thing. We got connected through Bill Oakley, who writes for that show. He's a Simpsons writer. He was showrunner for season 7 and 8 of The Simpsons.
I remember.
He lives in Portland, and he connected the dots, so that's very cool.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your work, your involvement with Disenchantment and the future.
The interesting thing about Disenchantment is, so it was sold basically as The Simpsons meets Game of Thrones. And when we first sat down, Matt put together a group of writers and animators, many of whom had worked for a long time on Futurama, and were basically out of work. So Sophie called us back in, and he said to us, I sold the show as The Simpsons meets Futurama, and I can't draw anything that doesn't look like The Simpsons, so that part of it's okay. But he said, not meets Futurama, meets Game of Thrones, right? But he said, I've never actually seen Game of Thrones. So don't...
A truly Hollywood pitch.
Well, because Futurama was also supposed to be The Simpsons meets Star Trek, he had never seen Star Trek. And so the poor man has just not been exposed to enough television.